What would your life look like if you had no fear? Not reckless courage. Not the absence of caution. But true, stoic fearlessness, rooted in wisdom, not ignorance. Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." In those few words lies a key to unlocking a life of calm, clarity, and courage. Today, we're going to explore how to live without fear. Not by becoming invincible, but by understanding fear itself. Before we begin, if you're drawn to Stoic wisdom and timeless insights that help you live with clarity and courage, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It supports the work and brings more philosophy into more lives. Now, let's explore today's teaching. Part 1. The illusion of fear. Fear is natural. But most fear isn't real, it's a story we tell ourselves. Imagine a traveler about to cross a bridge. The bridge is solid and well built. It's been crossed by hundreds. But he hesitates. His mind whispers, "What if it collapses? What if I fall?" This is the fear Seneca was talking about. The bridge isn't the problem. His imagination is. Seneca said, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." We fear future pain that may never come. We replay past mistakes that no longer exist. So ask yourself, how much of your anxiety is based on what is, and how much on what might be? Part 2. What is in our control? The Stoics taught that there are two kinds of things. Things we control. Things we do not. Our actions, our thoughts, our responses, these are in our power. The weather, the economy, other people's opinions, these are not. Fear arises when we try to control the uncontrollable. Seneca advised us to focus only on what's within our control. He said, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive." When you stop fearing what you cannot change, you free yourself to fully live. So next time fear creeps in, ask yourself, is this within my power? If yes, act. If no, release it. Part 3. Prepare for the worst. It might sound strange, but the Stoics practiced imagining worst-case scenarios. Not to scare themselves, but to remove the sting of fear. This is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca would ask himself, what if I lost everything? My home, my wealth, even my life? And then, he'd realize, he could endure it. Because he had trained his mind to accept whatever came. This practice doesn't make you pessimistic. It makes you resilient. When you're prepared for the storm, you don't fear the clouds. Part 4. Death, the final fear. Perhaps the greatest fear we all share is death. But Seneca challenges us to see death differently. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. Death is natural. It gives meaning to life. It's not something to dread, but a reminder to live now. The Stoics didn't fear death because they had learned to value time. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." We waste time chasing things, while fearing the inevitable. But what if we flipped that? What if we lived every day with purpose? As if it were a gift, not a guarantee? Part 5. Stoic practices to dissolve fear. Let's talk about how to practice Stoic fearlessness in daily life. Here are 4 tools you can use. 1. Daily reflection. Ask yourself, what did I fear today? Was it real? Journaling helps you detach and see clearly. 2. Voluntary discomfort. Practice small hardships, cold showers, fasting, going without luxuries. It shows you that discomfort isn't deadly. 3. Negative visualization. Imagine losing what you value, your job, your routine, your comfort. You'll realize you can endure more than you think. 4. The dichotomy of control. Make it your mantra: I accept what I cannot change, and I act on what I can. These aren't abstract philosophies, they're daily habits. And over time, they shape you into someone grounded, calm, and fearless. Lastly, how do we live without fear? Not by running from it, but by walking through it, with clarity. Seneca didn't promise a life without challenge. He promised that through wisdom, we could meet challenge without trembling. Fear will knock. Let it. But you don't have to let it in. Because in the words of Seneca, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity. For he is not permitted to prove himself. So live. Face life. And fear less, not because the world is safe, but because you are strong.